Let's rock. What's up? Rockin' fire, baby. Vinko, what's happening? We getting ready to party. How you doing, Vinko? I'm sure it's cold where you are. Gotta put my hat on. Georgia. I know it is, man. I'm cold as hell where I am, too. Good. Jake Potter. I've been thinking about you, brother. I have. I've been thinking I need to do a run-in or something on your match, man. We need to bring you back in style. You need to bring old Mine69. I'll be a manager, but I can take the bumps, so we'll run in, and we need to bring you back in style. We need to hit it with a bang. We need to bring the heat when you come back. How you doing, Jake? You feeling better or what, man? Physical therapy first? All right, man. Vinko's doing good. I'm glad to hear it, Vinko. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. It's cold here too. We're getting better though. It's supposed to be 40. Halo. Hi, Halo. I know you're a busy girl. Working. Halo's a working. So we're gonna be positive on this stream. I got lots of good news. My funding came through. For those of you that didn't know or care, I have severe liver problems. Years of drinking and just abusing my body. And I have recently found out within the past week and a half, 2 weeks, that my funding came through. The treatment that I had to have was going to cost over $100,000. And I went through my local University of Iowa, one of the best hospitals in the United States, and they told me, when I was first diagnosed with cirrhosis and all different kinds of stuff on my liver, they're like, you got like, first they said 18 months, then they said 3 months, and they told me, don't worry, we're going to make it happen, because my insurance originally said, no, we're not going to pay for that. It's too much money. We're not going to pay for it. So, I shouldn't say I was content with dying, but I was getting my head around the fact that, I was going to pass. And I was saying my goodbyes. And sauerkraut, oh yeah, sauerkraut ain't bad. So I was wrapping my head around it. My daughter, within the next 3-4 weeks, is going to give birth to my 4th grandchild. That's 4. I have my son, him and his fiance just had baby number two, baby Tegan. She's 5 months now. God, I'm a bad grandpa. I can't even remember my own age. I have to add it up. So, yeah, and I have a 10-year-old grandson as well. And my 3-year-old granddaughter, baby Aspen, oh, niecey girl, she is just awesome. They're all awesome. And actually, he's 9. He watches my streams, so he's 9, going to be 10 in September. But I have just so much to, my children are grown, obviously. I have so much to live for, and I was just so distraught. And I didn't know how to explain it to the children. My older, my kids were like, "Dad, don't worry." But my babies, I'm trying to get my screen so it's not affected. My babies were, I didn't even say anything. So, yeah, I just got the letter last week. I think I told Halo about it, maybe in one of her streams. So, yesterday I went and had to do a pee test on me, to make sure I'm not on the pot, which, the doctor told me, when I started this trip, or this journey of this stuff. He told me, he said, they may want a urine sample because they want to make sure that you're not druggy alcoholic, who's just trying to look for something to prolong your whatever existence. And to me, when he first approached me with that, and I discussed this with him, to me, what difference does that make? We're talking about a human being here, who needs this treatment to live. So if I'm a heroin addict, or meth addict, or you insert your favorite addict drug, what difference does it make to, since when do they pick and choose who they give life-saving drugs to? I know, and I've worked since I was 16 years old. I had to go to work to support my family, my son, and then when I was 18, I was a father all over again. I started this early, and I'm not looking for sympathy on that at all. It was choices of mine and choices that were made. Stuff happened. My wife got pregnant, still with the same woman. But since when did this country decide, yeah, we're going to help this guy, but we're not going to help that guy? To me, it boggles my mind. When I was growing up, everybody, even though it wasn't free, everybody had ample opportunity to be healed. If there was a cure for whatever you had, you would be healed. And it's not like that anymore. Hasn't been like that since the 70s. It's all about money. So, Madman, what's up? Great to see you, Madman. Great to see you. Then we get this, and as Halo said, she thought that was the threat of socialized healthcare. Then we get this, Fang, what's going on? Great to see you, Fang Galaxy. Haven't seen you in a bit. So then we get this, everybody's got health care. Obamacare is what they phrase it as. And everybody's going to be treated. No matter pre-existing conditions, blah, 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 blah. Happy 2018 to you as well, Fang. Great to see you again. I haven't seen you in a while. And it went from mediocre to bad. And that's no knock on Obama. Okay? He had the right idea. And I still believe in universal health care. I still do. But it went to, we'll give everybody treatment, to just being so stringent on their guidelines and this, that. To get my treatment, guys, I'm just going to give you an example. To get my treatment, and like I said, I have cirrhosis of the liver. I have, which is my own fault. Drinking, partying, doing everything I could. Scarring of my liver, hepatitis C, fatty liver. I've got every liver problem you can have. But, RK, good to see you. Should you join the army? RK, I would give you this advice. My father was a veteran. I would give you this advice. I wouldn't join the army for 4 years. Army is a career, in my opinion. Just my opinion. It can grow you in a lot of ways in 4 years, or whatever their minimum, I don't even know, recruit, enrollment, whatever they call it. It can grow you as a person, yeah. I actually just said to my son earlier or later last week, I said to him, I wish I would have joined the army. Because by now I would be retired from the army. And you can retire from the army and live, say like in Arizona, and pay 0 taxes on your Army pension. And your Army pension is big money. So, I mean, I'm on the fence on that. So back to what I was saying. I love universal health care, but the guidelines are so stringent right now. I had to take a piss test to test me for THC to get my funding. And that was, they put a little post-it note on the letter that they sent me to take to the med lab. And it said, if you think you can pass, because I was straight up when I went and saw him, what, two and a half months ago. I told him, I said, I smoke pot, you know. I do, or I did. And he's like, well, my advice is quit, because they may, before the funding can go through, they may want to test you for THC just to make sure that you're not a drugged out alcoholic who's running the streets and looking for a free ride. Really? Are you kidding me? That's what I said. Are you kidding me? So if I test positive for pot, I won't get any of the funding. He's like, well, probably not. So I got this letter like a week and a half ago, and actually I had got a job, and hey, madman, if you want to donate, go ahead and donate to paypal.me/Mine69. That would be great. Anything you can give, madman, that'd be awesome. Pamela May, I'm sorry I was ranting about this. Just to say congratulations on my grandson and funding before I go. Ciao. Well, ciao to you, ma'am. It's great to see you, Pamela. So I had got this job, and madman, you can donate whatever you want, madman. Whatever you want, madman. Any and all donations are appreciated, and I mean that from the heart. I'm in a rough spot right now, but I had quit smoking pot. That's a completely different rant, but I don't understand the CBD is not, I mean, okay, my grandson has epilepsy. They put him on CBD oil, which has no psychotropic effects. It's not going to get you high. Okay. Helped him tremendously with his epilepsy. Now he's on stem. He's been going to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, and which is one of the best hospitals in the world. And now he's on stem steroid infusions, and it has done wonders for him. There was a point, not to get off my bad stuff, but there was a point where they were going to do brain surgery on him for his epilepsy. And then they figured out that his seizures are firing at all facets of his brain, not centralized, but everywhere in his brain. So, they decided to go with the stem steroid infusions. He does it, I think he does it every other week. And they put him on it. And my son, God bless him, we are firm believers, and I've always been a firm believer, and I raised my children the same. All natural. Okay? Anything that is, not to say all pharmaceuticals are bad, but anything that is manufactured in environment by scientists, to anything that's going to affect your mind, is not necessarily a good thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I take Paxil every day, okay, for depression, anxiety, blah, 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 blah. But he found out through the mail that there is some kind of a natural thing, and I don't know what it is. My grandson also has behavioral problems, and where a lot of his epilepsy fires from is in the part of his brain where behavioral functions are. So that affects his behavior in school. And my son did research on his own, through the Mayo Clinic, through the doctors, and found out that there was something that was natural. And so they started my grandson on this. Well, the last time he had his infusion, this new medication that he was on, also they use for blood pressure, high blood pressure. Well, when they started his infusion, my grandson almost died last week, or the week before. Last Friday, I think it was. No, it was Friday before. His blood pressure dropped to like 20/50. So they couldn't wake him up. I mean, it was intense. And they figured out, well, it was this medication. Well, my son, the doctors never told him that this medication, this new behavioral medication, was also used to lower blood pressure. So there was a reaction between the stem cell steroid infusion and this medication, and dropped him down. He damn near died. I don't have Streamlabs, Madman. I have PayPal. I think it's paypal.me/. Mine69. If you would if you would donate, I would appreciate anything. Anything and everything will help me right now. Thank you, Madman. It's great to see you, man. For real. Even without a donation, it's great to see you. It's great to see all you guys, especially Fang. I haven't seen you in so long. Thank you, Madman, for coming in. So yeah, I mean, it was intense. And actually, my wife was there to sit with him, because these infusions take like 4 to 6 hours to do. So she was there, and it was intense. And they couldn't wake him up. They couldn't get him roused. I don't know exactly. There it is. Thank you, Halo. Halo Smythe. Gosh, she's a... Guys, if you haven't checked out Halo, please go watch some of her streams. She is just an awesome gal. I've known her for quite a bit now. And I know she doesn't stream on Wednesday, but she streams on Thursday, and I'm going to watch her tonight. So I better see all you people there tonight. Thank you, Halo. So yeah, they brought him around, and he hasn't since then. My son, oh good, he is, I'm gonna tell you this right now, he is so much like his dad. He's like, fuck that, no more medicine. So I don't believe that my grandson has had any of those behavioral medicines since the night before that happened. And my grandson has done splendid at school, just perfect, because he's getting older now. And he is like, he told me the last time I talked to him, he's like, Papa, because they have these things. Oh God, Fang. If you donated $1,000, holy mackerel, you don't have to do that, but oh my gosh, you don't know how much that would affect a life like mine. But my grandson, they have these things, and I don't know if they have them all over the country, but here in my state, in Iowa, they have these things, and they're called seclusion rooms. So if a child is acting up in school, they drag you out of the classroom and they throw you in a room, basically like in a psych ward, padded room. They've recently... Thank you, Madman. $5 will help. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Madman. But for children to be put in some kind of a padded room in school is just, to me, kind of weird. I could be wrong, but they did like an investigative thing here locally on these seclusion rooms, and they figured out that it's not legal at all. I gotta put this down so my eyes can... But they're not legal. My wife has worked for early education for, I think she's coming around on 25 years. They do similar restraining of children, but she works with children that are, severely not handicapped, but they have major behavioral problems. In the program she works in, a lot of the families are on welfare, broken homes, abuse, stuff like that. And they have to restrain children. They have guidelines that they have to follow. And I've discussed this at great length with her. 99% of the time, the stuff that my grandson will describe that they do to him when he acted up, my wife says that's illegal. They cannot do that to children, which is scary. And he knows now that if I cuss at school, they're going to drag me out of this classroom and throw me in a room. I remember when I was a kid, okay, and a lot of crap's changed, and I always say this, a lot of stuff has changed since I was a child. My name, Mine69, comes from my birth year, which is 1969. Therefore, Mine69. It's not sexual, guys. Not to say that that's a bad thing, 69. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's not where it comes from. So I'm 8 years old. And I'm to the age where I don't even count how old I am anymore. But when I was growing up, kids that were acting up in school just had ants in their pants. Sat in a corner for a while. You didn't have seclusion rooms. You didn't have drugs that they threw at you. You didn't have all this stuff. And I don't want to go on a rant about it, but we're just getting to the point where it's just like, ugh. Hey, Fang. It's all good, Fang. It's all good, Halo and Fang. Just you guys being here is enough for me. That's money enough for me. But hey, if you ever find any, ship it on. I'm kidding. I appreciate you guys just being here. Just your friendship means a lot. But we didn't have all that. And now it's like such a PC, politically correct world that everybody's so concerned. And, before you swat your child, you want to worry about DHS. And it's like, come on, man. I can remember being at the store when I was 4 years old, and whining about a candy bar too much. My mom smacking me across the head and saying, shut up. It was okay, Now all of a sudden everybody's got to get a trophy. There's no second place. Everybody's a winner. I said that to my son. I said, because I coached my son in Little League Baseball for 4 or 5 years. And I say to him now, he's 31. I say to him now, I'm like, so, and he plays competitive softball, travels all over the United States playing competitive softball. I said, and he'll come home and I'll be like, how'd you do? And he goes, now where the fuck? And I go, well, everybody's a winner. And he's like, bullshit, Dad. There's first place, and then there's nothing else. And that's the way it was when I grew up. That's the way I raised him. Sure, second's fine, third sucks. But yeah, all that stuff's good, and you might get a little trophy or everything. But if we raise our children to think that being okay is okay, where are we going to get the drive in us? For a long time, the United States has rested on, we're okay. We're the best, but we're okay. Look at how far Japan has jumped over us. Look at how far China has jumped over us. The world has jumped over us, technology-wise. We could go down the line, and I don't want to drag this into that, but we need to strive to be number one. Yeah, effort's great. Rah, rah, rah. But, that's where I got a lot of my values and a lot of my morals when I was growing up, was to strive to be number one. Second was okay, third was okay, but first place was where it was at. You don't see the center of a football team getting all the chicks. You see the quarterback getting all the chicks. Do you see what I'm getting at here? So, for universal health care to work as it was intended, and as it works, I could name multiple. Germany, Sweden, I think, the Netherlands, Iceland. I don't know who else has universal health care. But to get it to work, people, you can't look at one person and go, well, we're going to need you to drop a UA to make sure that you're not smoking pot to get the medicine you need to survive. That is not, and I know I passed, because when I got this job, actually 3 weeks before I got this job, I had quit smoking for the simple fact I didn't have any money. I couldn't buy no weed, but I had quit, so I know I passed. But to me, that's where it gets a little fishy. So what you're saying is we're going to weed out, pardon the pun, we're going to cut out the bad people and keep all the good people. Well, who's this? Since when did they decide who's good and who's bad? I think that it should be, and as it was written, we the people. It It's just like we've gotten complacent. And if you listen to a lot of the rhetoric that comes not from our president, because he's just a figurehead as far as I'm concerned, and in actuality, he can say anything he wants, but it's not really going to be a law. Um, since when did Congress decide they were God Almighty in the United States? Um, Honestly, if it was up to me, clear it all, start over fresh. Drain the swamp, as Donald Trump put it. I'm not a Trump supporter at all. But there's a lot of ingrained people that are making laws for me, you, anyone else. A lot of people that have no concept of people that struggle, like me, like you. They have no concept of that. They come from a completely different world. Um, for the healthcare system to say, oh, you got 18 months, you got 3 months. Hey, guess what? If you ain't smoking pot, you can live. What the, WTF on that? It's just, to me, it's just mind-boggling. But I'm happy. I'm elated, Yeah, my funding's come through. As long as my piss test goes. What? And I saved it. I've got it. It's a post-it note that they put on the thing that I was supposed to take to the lab. And it was from my doctor's nurse. That said, if you think you can pass the test for THC and it's not positive, your medicines will come through. If not, do not go take the test. And it's, what? So if I jump through one last hoop, I'm okay. So I get there to take the test, and I'm used to taking pee tests for jobs now, because you've got to be clean to go to work in the United States. So I'm taking off my coat, I'm emptying my pockets and everything. The lady at the lab's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You don't have to do all that. This is not a legal thing. And I said, yeah, but this is my life. Don't you want to make sure that I'm not giving you a false sample? Or just like, no, we're not worried about that. So to get a job, you've got to empty your pockets. You've got to basically strip down. Not literally, but you've got to empty all your pockets, not take a coat in, so they're making sure you're not going to give them anybody else's pee or anything, that's been tampered with on your urine. But to get $100,000+ treatment that I need to survive, you don't care if I give you somebody else's pee. It's just like, oh my word, what is going on in this country? When do we decide that we can weed people out? And as I said, excuse the pun, but we can pick and choose who lives and dies. I don't know, man. It's just craziness. But I wanted to give you the heads up that Mine69 is gonna live at least for a while longer. Like I said, nobody has to donate anything, but if you wanted to donate, that'd be awesome. I think I've got $90 towards my new PS4. So, yeah, as soon as I get that PS4, we will stop these silly little streams. I like to do them just because I miss streaming so much. As soon as I get that PS4, we're going to go back hardcore onto some gaming. I appreciate all you people. I wanted to try and keep this one under an hour. Just because I've got stuff I gotta do. My dog's gotta go back to the vet. Money I don't have, but he's my pup. There he is. Look at him. He looks like he's ready to go to the vet. I call him snug as a bug in a rug. I call him my bug boy. He gets all wrapped up in the blankie. He's got his own chair in here where I watch my videos and stuff. But I appreciate all you people for coming in. And if you watch this later and you decide, hey, I want to throw some money at Mine69, it's paypal.me/Mine69. I would appreciate any and all donations. And I appreciate you all. And Halo, I will see you later. I promise I'll be there. Thanks, guys, for coming in. I love y'all. Peace. Something like that. I think. I don't know what's going on. See you guys.